Hello,
Hello, good
I'm
evening.
Sarah. Good evening. I'm Sarah. What's your name?
My name is Amir. Nice to meet you, Sarah.
Ameer. Nice to meet you too.
So,
How,
how are you
how
doing here?
I'm doing well. How are you today?
Well, quite well. Can't complain.
That's good. Where do you live?
I live in Bangladesh. And you?
I live in the United States.
A very big country.
Yes. Have you been learning English from an Australian?
Not really, no.
Oh, you have almost an Australian accent.
Okay. Is it Australian?
It
You
sounds
have to
like it, but
observe or is it closer?
maybe English.
Yeah, your video is not showing up.
Oh. Um. So, do you work or are you in school or university or anything?
I'll let you guess. Can you guess what
I
I
I
do?
guess I would guess that maybe just you have maybe you work or maybe you're in university. I just sometimes I don't know someone's age by their voice.
Yeah, you have very little information about me, so it's not logical to ask you to guess, but just wild guess.
I don't know. I think maybe you work.
What do you think? Well, no problem. Yeah, I'm a professional. Yeah, not.
What do you do?
I have a business. I also do a job as a general manager international for a company,
Oh
and
wow.
so I teach and I do charity as well, trying to establish a charity where I provide education to people for free.
Well, that's great.
Volunteers, the similar mentality of me.
That's great. That's really great. Do you travel? As if you work internationally, do you travel?
Yes, I do travel, but at the moment, from last 2 years, I haven't been anywhere
Yeah.
out of the country.
Me neither, and it's oh, I miss traveling so bad.
Do you
Do you
travel
miss
alone
it?
or with somebody else?
I travel alone. Well, I have a cat.
You take the cat with you?
I do. When I went to Asia for 2 years, I left him here, but now I take him with me.
Is she allowed in the airports?
And if he's in a box, if he's in a case or a bag, yeah.
It's quite like
Um,
for animals to travel. I think they need to be scrutinized a little in the
mm,
airport, checkings for different diseases.
mm-hmm. They do. They have to have
Have to
shots
go through a
and
hard time
records.
if you have to cross the border.
Yeah, I was going to take. I
So
could. I could not take him to like. I could not take him to Thailand and China and Australia because it's very difficult for animals. But in the European Union countries, they make it very easy for pets, for cats and dogs at least. So I would get him a passport. It's a
sorry about that.
European pet passport. And then he gets stamped and has his papers checked at every country's border.
Okay, does she? I mean, he or she needs a
He,
passport
yeah,
to
for the
travel.
European countries. Hmm.
Oh
But it
my God,
doesn't
I
matter.
didn't know about this.
Yeah, they're all closed now to me anyway. So
I see. So where in the United States do you live?
in Washington State, where Seattle is, have you heard of Seattle?
Yes,
I'm up there where it rains a lot.
well-known place.
A what?
Well-known place,
Yeah,
Seattle.
that's where I'm at. Have you been here before, the States?
Ah, never.
Mm. What countries have you been to? A lot.
Not a lot. A few.
Which ones? In like near you?
Near to me, you've been to India, Nepal, Middle East, and UK.
I
And
teach most. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, I think you need stability. You need to stay in one place to enhance few skills and apply them in your life
Hmm.
gradually.
Yeah.
Consistent. You cannot be traveling all the time.
What I did was I taught English in Thailand, and then I found online teaching, and I decided I want to see Asia. So I started traveling and teaching like this in hotels and Airbnbs. And
Okay.
then that way I got to see those countries, but I also worked Monday through Friday. So it was just kind of like a time to work and travel, and then later go stay somewhere and build a life. But COVID made me stop early. So
Hmm. I'm sorry about that.
oh,
We all
that's you
have to
didn't. I don't
struggle.
think. Yeah, I know everybody. Yeah, mine's the least of people's problems during this. So, but now I'm driving around the United States. So,
Hmm. So, what is your next destination?
I think I'm going to Colorado because it's really nice to see the mountains there, and yeah, and then once I see a couple things here, like yellow. Have you ever heard of Yellowstone? Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
It's the
No.
world. It's a giant volcano that is in the middle of the United States. It's has activity, and it might if it explodes, if it blows, it would cover
Corrupt. Yeah.
the whole earth. So it's a really neat place to see. I want to see those things and then go to Europe, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens with COVID, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to travel if it's not safe for people. How
COVID.
are how are how are people where you live? Are people
Not wearing masks nowadays.
that's good.
Yeah. And the cases
That
is limited to 200 to 300 every day only.
wow, really?
Not deaths. Yeah.
Cases in the whole country or in your city?
In the whole country.
Wow, that's great. That's great news.
Yeah.
I
I
think
think
we are at
the Chinese vaccines are working far better than the ones coming up on the medias and channels.
yeah, are you so you guys have the Chinese vaccine?
We have all in our country, but most of the people got Chinese one, Sinopharm.
Um,
Even if you consider China, they are doing quite well. They are having no issues or anything with COVID-19 anymore. So
yeah.
therefore, depending on the practical scenario which we can observe from different countries which adopted Sinopharm or the Chinese vaccines are doing quite well. Unlike, say, India, even United States with better vaccines are
Yeah.
struggling too hard, and there are still loads of patients which who are struggling. I see in the hospitals, even they're dying. Still, it's
Mhm.
going on, but
Yeah.
it has almost stopped in China and the allies of China, I guess.
Yeah, before I came to Cambly, I taught on a Chinese company. I taught with a Chinese company. And so all my students were in China, and I watched as they all just went back to life, to normal life, and classes picked back up and everybody goes back to work and everybody's vaccinated, and I watched it happen in China while here people are angry to have to get a vaccine. So it was very strange to watch the difference. And we have 1,100
Easy to
cases of
conclude now. Easy to conclude with the practical observations.
right.
Anyways, we have got time limitations, so
It
I
was
have to
nice
say
to meet
goodbye to
you.
you, teacher. Thank you so
It
much,
was.
and
Thank
have a
you.
good
Have a
day.
good night. Thank you.
You too.